Now, was that not unusual and wonderful?
And beautiful.
And outdoors. The perfect turkey. In
Like
90 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So, trust me, it's not easy to find that size trash can. We went to some of the places around here. Yeah, I think you need about a 15-gallon one is what that size
I have to
is.
search.
10's a little small, but we're still looking for that. If you know where one is, let us know. Tonight, we've got leftover turkey, and you can do this with leftover chicken. And we started talking about some things that we were hungry for.
Right.
You've been starving here lately.
I'm always starving.
I've been starving here lately. You know, before winter,
Yeah.
you always crave carbs, you know.
Keeps you warm.
We got
when you're
Halloween
full.
candy left
Yeah.
over. Yeah, I've got about 10 pounds I need to lose. But anyhow, we started thinking about what we wanted to do with our leftover turkey and some good ideas. And we both went pot pie.
Yeah.
Now, as the show progresses, we can look back at all the things we've done, and you'll start to see a pattern of things that we're using, that we do ourselves, that you can do in your own backyard a lot of times,
Right.
or in your kitchen, regardless, rendering lard.
I love our lard.
What do you think about that whole process? For somebody who's never done it before?
I was amazed at how easy it was and how wonderful it is. And I want it on everything. I'm using that lard with everything. We need to make more.
But what is the best thing you found to use for lard?
Pies. It makes the best pastry. The best pastry ever. I want to make 50 million pies and pastries.
Did you say 50 million?
50 million. Is that too many?
That's a lot of pies and
I'll make
pastries.
49 million.
But it does something, there's something that the consistency
It's better.
of the dough, it's better. One thing you have to have is dough. Now let's harken back, just a week or two ago, you made an apple pie where you made your dough.
Right, same
out
thing.
of our lard.
Over and over.
And you said, best consistency ever.
Yeah.
Taste?
Wonderful.
You
Smells
can taste
good.
the
Yes.
lard in it? I mean, we rendered that down fairly quickly, and we still got a fairly white lard.
We need to make more though. I've used
We
quite a
do.
few.
Well, we have a pig. That's all I'm going to say about that because people get upset, but that's part of life on the farm.
Yeah.
We don't hide the fact that we are having animals that will be used for food. And we have the biggest, spoiled, wonderful animals, and they have a wonderful life.
Yes, they do.
They really do. They are spoiled rotten. Now, that being said, you have your dough ready. Now,
already
we're
made
going to
it.
make our pot pie.
One for me, one for you.
That's exactly right. And you know what? We went to our favorite store the other day, and we got celery, carrots, onions, and potatoes. The thing with the vegetables is there's a lot of ways you can do this. Everybody has different ways of making pot pies. You can take those vegetables, cube them up. You can boil them. You can boil them in chicken broth and let all those
Right.
flavors stay together and put it in there like that. Or you can take them and saute them in butter
I like that.
and saute those vegetables up and just, soften them up and get them ready to put in here so when they bake,
I'm hungry.
they're a little bit cooked. That's the way we like to do it, and that's the way we're going to do it today. Now, that's my typical thing, but you like peas.
I do like peas. They're so sweet.
It adds a sweetness to
Yes.
it. You want some corn too.
Yeah, that'd be good too. That's a good sweet vegetable.
Whatever she asks, she'll get it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a little peas and corn in it as well. You can put anything in there you want, but it's a very simple recipe. So let's get started. First thing you're going to do
Make us
is
some-
line these. I'll tell you what, you're knocking me out with your pastries.
I'm loving making this dough. We'll
Well,
fix
that
it.
is pretty
Isn't that
pastry.
nice?
Go ahead and give them the outline of it. What do you basically use? 3 big
I use,
tablespoons?
yes, of our lard, our special lard, and the sugar I kind of put maybe a teaspoon. It's up to your liking. I always put a little salt too, and I like to break that up.
And how much flour?
About 1.5 cups of flour, and then add water till I get it to where I like it. People have the way they like their dough.
Typically, how much water do you start with? Half a
Tablespoon
cup?
or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a couple
okay.
tablespoons, and I just keep going. Just keep
You're the
going.
dough. You're the pastry expert, and you do such a beautiful job.
You don't
with it.
measure, you just do. That's
Yeah, and
bad.
you'll notice when you get your own thing going, like Miss Helen. She was folding over that stuff and putting water in it and putting oil in it. She didn't measure. And she made the best fried apple pies ever. Don't hesitate to look back at our YouTube stuff to figure out some of the stuff we've done before. We've got a lot of stuff on there for you to look at, and you'll find out over time. Your pie dough turns into your pot pie recipe.
Perfect
your
for
pot
everything.
pie turns into your biscuits, so on and so forth.
Now it needs 2 tops, and we can set all this aside. Want to clean this up?
There's your
Like-
tops.
Yeah.
All right, look here. Just basically
Ready.
a piece that you know is going to fit right over top here, and you'll cut the edges off once we fill that with goodies. And I'm going to take me a half stick of butter. Why?
Because you love butter.
Because I love butter. Butter makes me happy. And I'm going to get this melted down over here. We're going to saute our vegetables, and we're probably going to go, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, once that gets good and hot. All right, we're gonna get our onions started over here. Our potatoes, our carrots, our celery. Of course, your peas. Gotta have your peas.
I have peas.
And a little bit of corn. We found some of those frozen.
Ready for the rest of this?
Mm-hmm. Now, there's a lot of things you could do spice-wise here. Thyme, rosemary. But you know what? Chef Paul Prudhomme died recently. Man, I'm telling you what, this guy, when it came to spices, any of his magic seasoning blends, when it comes to poultry or seafood or anything, this guy must have had some kind of olfactory system. Everything he did was magic. I really like some of his stuff. I'm gonna put some of that in here.
I have you some fresh basil here if you want, right off the porch.
That smells so good. A lot of people would put parsley in.
Oh, it smells good.
I like basil. It just has a sweeter taste.
We grow it ourselves. It's so good.
So I'm going to take some basil and put in here like we talked about. Fresh basil. We always have fresh basil. We put it out. We try to grow it year round inside if we have to. I'm also going to take a bouillon cube.
That smells good.
That's the way. I like it right there. And I'm going to let this stuff cook down. Here's where some people may agree or disagree, but just a little bit of sugar.
Sugar's good.
Yep. Okay, here in a minute, once this cooks down, I'm going to take 1/4 cup of flour, and I'm going to put it in here and start to thicken this stuff up. Then I'm going to add white wine.
Okay.
I'm going to add chicken broth.
Okay.
And then I'm going to come back with some half and half and really thicken that up.
Yum.
The oven is preheating right now at 400 degrees. Okay, now, once you get it to where you want it, you want to put your turkey in there. And again, we're going to go about 2 cups here. Put that in there.
Oh my goodness, yum. Yum.
Okay,
Delish.
bring me that pie dough over here. I'm going to dole that out into this. Look at the colors.
It's gonna make 2 little pies perfect,
It's
isn't
going
it?
to make 2 perfect pies for you and me. So you won't have to wonder about what to do with your leftovers. All right, one-handed egg separation. I brought extra eggs in case I messed up.
Okay. Look at you.
Now, look at that little device right there.
That is neat.
Look, the egg white just comes, you just kind of shake it. It separates. There's the last little bit. Now you need that egg white because you do something fantastic with that.
We do. Now let's put our little coverings on first.
Ain't it cute?
Aren't they? Look at these cute little pies.
That smells so good. I could just eat right out of that bowl right there right now. It's a beautiful thing.
Look at those cute little pies.
All right, we're gonna make some little holes so they can vent.
Put the little bit of egg white. That's what makes it nice and brown.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm even messy here. How's that look?
Then we're gonna come back and dress it with just a little bit of paprika on top.
Okay. Ooh, looks good.
Now, that's what they look like before they're done. Let's pop them in the oven.
Alrighty.
400 degrees. We're gonna check them in about 35 minutes. Ta-da. All right, this next thing is a side for Thanksgiving. It's a wonderful side. If you don't like Brussels sprouts, maybe you ought to try them this way.
They will love them that way.
We also fried up a piece of bacon, which we're going to use. We're going to boil our about 10 ounces of Brussels sprouts here. We like the frozen because they're already kind of soft once they get to this point in the water. Put just a little bit of butter in there. Tell us what the whole process, give us kind of an overview of this.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to have the Brussels. We want those cooked. When they're done, we're going to set them aside. This is going to be our eating dish right here. Put them on there. You are sauteing me some onions right now. When those get done where you like how they look, we're going to go ahead and throw in some water chestnuts with that too, just to kind of warm them up. Bacon.
You hear my stomach growling?
You're hungry. And then set all that aside. Because then I'm going to need to use that pan again because we're going to make almost like a roux. Because this next thing we make, we don't want to heat it very long because if you do it, it turns into mashed potatoes. So you got to do it real quick. You don't want mashed potatoes. And this is a simple, kind of like just a basic roux. This is about 1/2 cup of flour here. 1/3 cup chicken broth.
All right.
And maybe about 1/3 cup of water. 1/3 cup of wine. Put a little salt and pepper. we're gonna actually put this on the stove and it's gonna thicken up. Here's a little thyme. Let's put a little, what do you say? We're good?
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Right. We are ready. Go ahead and let's get that warmed
Thickened up?
Yes, thickened up. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick in some butter.
All right.
About a tablespoon.
Very nice.
All right, now do you mind if I pour all this in there?
I do not mind.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I like where you're going here.
Now this is, I mean, some people still, you could bake this if you want, like a baking dish, but we're gonna eat it. These are cashews that I've crushed in our little crusher, because she needs a little bit of nuts on top here.
Oh, yeah.
This is like, then we have a little bit of breadcrumbs.
And again, when you're stirring this up over here, you don't want your sauce to go too long, too fast, too hot, because it will thicken up.
And if it does, just keep adding some half and half.
How much? A little bit more pepper.
And what do you think?
Creamed Brussel sprouts.
Yeah. Now we could bake this. We could put butter on top, but
Nah.
I say eat it up.
Now this is something you time. Ooh, look at the steam coming out. You time this to come right out. When this will be the last thing you make.
Right, the cream sauce. What do you think? The crunchy?
We get the onions and the bacon going on in there. With the cashews and the breadcrumbs.
Good way to eat Brussels sprouts. Isn't that good?
Oh, that'll work.
You can see how you could bake it and you could brown the top a little bit if you wanted,
You know what?
like a casserole.
I can have that for dinner, right there.
Me too.
You know what? We get so much correspondence. People email us. They say things on Facebook, so on and so forth. But every now and then they send us some cute stuff.
They do.
Let's go to the couch and do mail call real
Okay.
quick. Now, you know what? If you want recipes like this, we've got hundreds and hundreds of them. Check out timfarmerscountrykitchen.com. Check out our recipes. Bunch of stuff on there, how-tos, so on and so forth. Also, check out our Facebook page. See where we're going, what we're doing. Converse with us on there. We like to talk to our extended family out there, our Country Kitchen family.
Oh my.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Wow. Those look really good. Too good to eat. We can't eat those. Those are too nice looking. Oh, I can't wait.
You ready?
Yes.
How do you even want to break into this? Look at that crust.
Yum.
It's like the perfect crust. I smell it. That is your perfect meal.
That is.
It's got everything you need. It's got the bread, it's got the meat, it's got the vegetables.
It's hot. Be careful.
I'm aware. Such a simple dish, but how absolutely wonderful. And we do have to say, it's kind of sad, but it's time to go. This half hour is over. But until then, until next week, it's all about good times
Good friends.
and good eats.
Good job.
Very nice.
Delicious.
Oh, well.